Get yourself a Sharpie. A Sharpie. A fine point, or extra fine point, not extra fine, no, fine point Sharpie. The big fat Sharpie, like the one I just showed you earlier. A big fat Sharpie, not a big one, but Sharpie. Okay? And get yourself a pad of newsprint or something like that. And then get a small pad of Bristol, Bristol. Can be 6x9 or 8x10 or something like that. Not too big. Now, on your newsprint, put the point of your Sharpie down on the newsprint paper, which will also be about 8x10 or 9x12 at the most, no bigger than 9x12. Put your pen down on the paper within about an inch or two of any of the four corners. Hold that, open it up, put the black top on the pen. Don't use the pen without a top. That's very unartistic. Don't do that. Put the top on the pen. Hold the pen by the top, pretty close to the farthest end from the tip that you can possibly get. Just as far away from the tip. You're going to hold it just like this with your fingers and thumb extended, just holding on to this thing, barely gripping it. You just hold on to it. Don't lose it. Don't not hold it. But you're going to just kind of surround it by your fingers. So you'll have four fingers and a thumb grasping this thing like that in itself. Now, position your hand directly above the point of the pen, directly, so the pen is perpendicular, absolutely perpendicular. Keep it that way to the paper. Now, looking down at the paper, don't make any decisions or anything. To keep the pen moving, moving, so that it's always moving onto blank space. It mustn't cross onto a pen line. If it does, you have to stop. Take that piece of paper off, put it aside, start again. This will ensure that you don't get too close to the other lines. Keep making lines, curved lines, wiggly lines, anything, gnarly lines, squiggly lines. Squiggly lines are very good. Until you run out of paper on that sheet. In other words, you run out of places to put lines. If it's going to touch a line, an ink line, you can't go there. So if you're trapped, you're trapped. You can't go any further. You box yourself in. You can't go anywhere else. You just keep making a maze, more or less, like a maze type thing. Just wiggle around, but don't cross another line. Don't cross a line. So stop before you cross a line. Stop before you cross a line. When you've done that, to your satisfaction, you've done enough of those, to your satisfaction, that you're kind of getting the hang of it, do exactly the same thing on the Bristol paper with a fresh pen. Always keep your pen fresh. In other words, if it starts to get stubby and nubby, take it offline, use it somewhere else, use it for pricing or something. Don't use it for art. All right. Now, you're also going to sign it, and you're going to have to learn how to sign your work. So what I want you to do is take piece of, or several pieces, or dozens of pieces, or several pads of newsprint. And I want you to practice your art signature, which is not the same signature you use for your checkbook. Has to be a different signature than the one you sign for checks. Has to be readable by the public. The average public has to be able to read your name. I don't care if it's script or if it's box letters or block letters or whatever you want. But the public has to be able to read it, and hopefully they will easily read it. And yet it has to look like a signature. Good luck on that. One more thing. I want you to study the ink work of Matisse, Matisse, Henri Matisse, and look at the way that he drew faces with lines and with simple color. The simple color meaning that it was not, he didn't use shadow, chiaroscuro. So check it out. He has actually quite an interesting approach to pen and ink sketching of people. Take a look at that. And the fourth item that I have for you is to do some drawings of people around you, people you know, people around you, and see if you can make the drawings look like those people using the Matisse style if you can. And the fifth item I have for you is to put a pad in a box. Now here you have to make it or find a box that will work for the pad. Something can be a cardboard box, can be a wooden box, can be very fancy, can be very simple. You could even make this as a hobby and sell these on eBay if you wanted to. What this is a training device. It's an artist's litter box. So in the box you put a sketch pad. You put your pen in the middle of the pad. Close your eyes. Lift the pen and put it down anywhere you like and make a drawing with your eyes closed. The box will keep your pen within the limits of the pad. All you want to do is not mess up your tablecloth. You don't need a box if you don't want a box. You can work at just an open pad if you want to, but you might get, your tablecloth might get some ink on it. Okay, that's what I have for you this morning, and thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.